Either nobody's supposed to get in there, or nobody's supposed to get out. This seems to be the only connection to that bizarre platform over there. Perhaps it's a power supply cable. It fits. Then this is that unique transport system here on Calidus. Whatever it is, just hanging onto the pulley isn't going to work. It's not going to hold. Okay, this cone might fit in here. No, perhaps this way. No, somehow they don't fit together. If I modify this assembly a little bit, sand down this cone here and here, and bend this here round, I might be able to attach it to the transport bracket. Let's see if this works. And there we are. It's a little bit improvised, perhaps, but I'm not looking to win any product design prizes. I can't even see the ground here, and I'm trusting myself to a piece of equipment that might be 10,000 years old. That brings the relative nature of my immortality a bit closer to home. Right, let's go. This opening lets the small amount of light into the room below, but the stench coming from there is almost unbearable. Another strange contraption. Whoever made this has gone to a lot of trouble to direct the light to this spot. What a mess! It looks as though a battle's been fought here. Look here, a modulator for amplifying the hypercom signal. They obviously had telecommunications issues down here. This switch has obviously been installed after the fact, but all the equipment is off. No power. Someone's used this device recently. Hamilton, perhaps? But how, with no power? This control panel is similar to the one in the quarters. This circuit board's loose. I might be able to do something with this. It's pitch black in there. And if I'm not mistaken, there are organ hunters lying in wait for me, too. I'll have to illuminate the darkness a bit if I want to go in there. Theoretically, you should be able to turn this thing on. But not purely by hand. Dark as the shadows of the moon in there. I have no desire to end up as a meal for the organ hunters. Hopefully this will keep those creatures off me.
Light.
You're still alive? You'll bleed to death. I've got nothing to bind your wounds with. Oh no.
It's okay. It's too late. I can't feel my body anymore anyway.
What can I do for you?
It's enough to know that I will die in the company of a civilized life form. I'm Baldrian Hamilton. Up here they call me Mad Hamilton.
Hamilton? I've heard a lot about you. I'm Perry Rhodan. Nice to meet you.
Perry Rhodan? I thought you were just a hero from a science fiction series. What an honor. What? No, I'm fine. This cold. I was with him. I saw him. He really exists. And he's still alive. But it was hard to find him. My energy was spent. The way back was too long.
So that's why your lamp has gone out. But please, tell me more about Quaterbat.
He must be very old. Some say immortal. He came here voluntarily when the Aras began the tests on the prisoners. A well-known Terran scientist.
Quaterbat's a Terran? Are you sure?
He hasn't been a Terran in a long time. If he was, he is the only one who's ever come here. Except for you, of course. The Trumors. He's got almost as much on his conscience as that darned plague. Everywhere else, he's known as a common thief. But in Elmo Daughter, he's the king of thieves.
What could he have been looking for in the lower levels?
What would anyone be looking for down here? I've seen just a tiny part of the black levels, but from what I've seen, this whole moon has been mined. Mined using ancient pain. Perry Rhodan. Now, it's getting cold. Just leave me here.
But I can't just leave you behind.
Don't worry about me. Find your way. I don't need a hole in the ground. I'll be more useful this way. Perry Rhodan. It was an honor.
And I can't do anything more for you now. Rest in peace, Baldrian Hamilton. This has got to be a joke. When has there ever been water on Gom Calidus? If the Illochim really were here, though, they would have needed it. The organ hunters obviously couldn't do anything with this. Something bloody's been dragged along here. The blood's still fresh. It's exactly the same design. Let's see whether the circuit board fits in here. This circuit board seems to be part of it as well. If I wipe the blood off the contacts... Voila! Right, let's see what this switch does.
Video log for the 26th of Prago of Drian, 21,357 to Arc. Sakatha Herthara. We are seeing worrying changes in the prisoners held in the passages and quarters of the Lotus 7 district of the 37th level. They are showing increasing sensitivity to daylight. Some are vomiting blood and developing weeping bloody sores. According to the latest information we've received, the medics and sawbones called to attend them have come across similar symptoms in other blocks, and have stated that they began working on a cure immediately. Video log for the 28th Prago of Drian, 21,357 to Arc. Sakatha Herthara. We're now sure that the lower levels have been contaminated by a pathogen that the prisoners have caught while working in the mines there. The origins of these organisms are unclear, but we have placed the lower levels under quarantine and sealed them up as a precautionary measure. 2 security units and several guards have not returned. But what we saw and heard from Helmet Comm before we lost the connection is more than concerning. It's frightening. We can only hope that the great medics in their labs find a cure for this plague soon. Oh, goodness knows what will happen. Video log for the 33rd Prago of Drian, 2,746 to Arc. Sakatha Herthara. What's going on there? We've had no contact with the control center for days now. No reply, no supplies, no provisions, no support, no relief, nothing. We are barely managing to keep the growing number of those creatures in check. I'm going to assemble a small troop to travel to the surface, to find out what's going on, and to organize materials and equipment. To save electricity, we've devised a contraption to channel the sunlight and to direct it where we want it. Let's see how